Hi, Stephen here from Son of an Ocean Wave, and this is day 20 of the September daily draws. So as we start the weekend, let's see what message we get. Now we're taking the first card from the Mystic Pilot Tarot, Muted Edition, followed by an Oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch, Mabon Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay. And we'll go there. We have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands. And I do know that that's one of the a month ahead spread cards for this month. So, and we've had this card come out already. This is about expectancy. This is about anticipation of results to come. This is about looking for growth, seeing the first signs of growth, experiencing the first signs of growth. This is progress. This is developing. Our vision and the work that we're doing is beginning to take effect. It's beginning to, we can already see it. It may not be fully complete. It may be it may be off in the distance, like a distant ship that we can expect to come in. And we're looking at it. The ship here is coming in. In this card, usually there's one coming into, and we're looking at the bigger picture now. We're looking at expanding. Where this could go from here. Well, how can we build upon this? How can we grow further in developing our vision for what we're trying to do? And, and he stood there expecting a result. Sometimes we can be, we're questioning, is there going to be a result? But we need to have this. I think this card is saying to us, if you're putting in the energy and you're putting the energy out there, you will get some kind of result. It might not necessarily be the result you expect, but it will be a result. It will be a result that comes in return to the effort that you've put in the circumstances in which you've put it into. You put it out there. There are factors that can influence the nature of the result that are beyond our control. There are other people's decisions, society in general, the economy, global economy, different aspects of it. There are things beyond our control. But having said that, we can get the best result that we can by putting in the best energy that we can, and we can make the best of any situation and any condition. It might not be as great as if the conditions were better, we might have got a better result, but we're still going to get a result from the energy that we put in. That's how it's that exchange of energy. The energy we'll put out, something will come back to us. So that's why we have to ensure that what we put out is, positive, is what we want, is the kind of energy we want to be putting out there, because it's going to attract like energy back to us. So let's be careful what energy we are putting out there. But to me, this is a very positive card. The one thing that I always think, though, when I look at this card and see depictions like this, where the guy stood there with the the three wands, you get this in a lot of depictions of this card, based on the Rider-Waite-Smith sort of system of tarot. And the one thing when I see that is, yes, looking out expectantly is a sign of trusting the energy to come back to you. You're confident of results. But I also think that if we're so confident that the results are going to come, do we really need to be stood there waiting for it? We need to be in a position. I think if this is in a position of ready to receive, but we don't necessarily have to take this literally, that we're stood there just waiting, doing nothing but looking and waiting, because I don't think that's really what we should be. That this is the issue I have with it. If it just symbolizes getting ready to receive, because there may be things we can do to prepare ourselves, because sometimes when we get back the results from our efforts, sometimes it can take us a bit by surprise, and we're not really sure what to do with what we get back. And it's like, well, what do I do with this? Where do I go from here? And it's almost as if we're not quite prepared to receive what we've tried to achieve. You know, when we actually get what we want, sometimes we think, oh, I never thought, that how am I going to cope with this? We have to prepare ourselves to be ready to get whatever comes so that we can go with it. But so what I'm saying is that yes, be ready to receive. But what I'm saying is as well is that we don't have to stand there. We don't have to be obsessing about the result, about when's it coming and is it coming yet? Is it coming yet? And there's a danger we could become impatient if we're confident that we're going to get a result back on what we've put out already. The best thing we can do is get ourselves ready to receive. So we don't just stand there doing nothing. We get ourselves ready. Well, should this sort of result come back, I need to prepare for that. And you get on with the things you need to do while you wait for this return to come. And I believe, because and confident that it will, and that influences the actions you do from there. So let's confidently be ready to receive, having, the caveat there is having, if as long as we've put that energy out there, and that's what we need to do to get these results. But if having done that, this says be confident you will get a return on your efforts. So just be confident in that. Get on with the everyday stuff that you need to do in the meantime. Perhaps with one eye looking out, ready to, is what's coming. Do it, and then, but don't be too obsessive about it, and be ready to welcome it when it comes in, and then build upon it when it does. Okay, let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. Okay, here we go. Falling leaves. Well, we're certainly going to be having those. Summer's over. Just for all intents and purposes, the weather seems to agree that it's over. We will have falling leaves soon. The autumn will be fully underway. It's time, perhaps, to and this is a good time to release things that we've been, holding into, and now we need to release things. Perhaps there's some things that we need to let go of, because it says let go of the things that weigh heavily on you. You deserve to take up space. So what it's saying is make room. There may be things we need to let go of to make room for new things coming in. So that might be part of the getting ready to receive. Maybe there are things we need to change, or things we need to we don't need anymore, that we can create the space for these new things to come in, for this, when the results come in, make room for it, be ready for it, ready to receive. So expect results and be ready to receive, I believe, is the underlying message of the cards today. Okay, so that's today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 21. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.